back. I'm gonna do the fairy check-in for this week. I know it's late. It's Thursday. I usually start these things on Sunday. Actually Monday, but a win is a win. As in, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when you start as long as you start. So we're gonna do a check-in to see what we have been dealing with. Because the energies have been foul the last few weeks. I don't know about what y'all have been experiencing, because I've just been experiencing that everybody in this whole wide world, globally, is just sick and tired of certain people's bullshit. Of certain people's energies, and it's always the same people, it's always the same type of aggressors. Whether it's on a global political scale or whether it's on a community-based scale, it's all the same type of people, okay? Same type of characters. It's narcissists, it's abusers, liars, manipulators, pathological liars, whatever, whoever it is. So, would be. Thank you. Clarify, what was the energy on Monday, last Monday? Thank you. Last Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday they wanted you to let go of something. You were getting into the rhythm of something. Like into a routine, and they wanted you to distance yourself from it. They wanted you to let go. That's crazy. If you for 21:21 on the clock, as in it's 21:21, so Tuesday you felt the drive to do something, to go somewhere, to create a certain project, and then Wednesday you probably woke up. We're gonna check it out in a second what the energy is gonna be. But Wednesday you probably woke up and felt like you didn't want to do it at all. So Monday, you let go of something, you walked away, you left an emotional cycle behind, okay? So this full moon in Pisces for the collective for this week was helping us let go of a cycle that we were emotionally ruminating in. Something that kept us stagnant for a long time because it kind of drained the soul out of us. It kind of took away our livelihood, but also our vitality. It took away our ability to evolve and grow and expand on different places, right? So this could be something or somebody keeping you stuck at one emotion, for an example, or a certain event or situation with a person, and they keep you in the anxiety of a situation that happened in the past, you know? Wait, I need to kill something. Give me a sec. Exactly. And the moment I say that, it flies away. So there is this, like, sometimes I have, not sometimes, these are just witches. And we know I love to kill a witch. Exactly, thank you. So, these are people, places or things that make you want to stay and conform to a certain type of mindset, a belief and narrative that suits them on long term more than it would suit you to let go. Okay? So, for an example, I didn't even notice that, y'all. My bad. So I also had to stand up. So that means when you feel like you have to put an end to something, it's also so you stand up and get an overview of what is going on, okay? Do you notice how these subtle signs and symbols come through the reading as I'm reading? That's all a part of what we're going to read about. What's on the bottom? Ego, pride. These people, places, or things, they want you to stay stuck in your ego. They want you to close your heart chakra. They want you to doubt your capabilities, but also over a long period of time, because it keeps jumping back to an older man and a young boy. So somebody really wants you to kind of pass by on life by looking at your life and then being sad at the end and being like, oh, I wish I did that, or I wish I would do this, because now I'm at this old age and I can see that nothing is actually stopping me or keeping me from doing what I love to do, you know? Like, we grow up and and while we grow up, we are conditioned and forced to believe that we're incapable of reaching or maintaining certain dreams or goals, right? And then the older you get, the more you realize, like, actually nobody's holding me back. It's just me. It's my own mind. But people who don't take that accountability and realize, hey, it's just me keeping myself back, they will fall for this trick and let life pass them by. And then in the end, they will look back on their life and it's a spilled life. And it's mean to say that, it's wasted. But it's not fully wasted, but I mean, like, there could be more potential gain out of it, because now the only potential that they gain out of it is gained that wisdom at the end of their life, okay? Or the end years. Instead of going forward, learning this wisdom when you were younger and still taking life by the balls. Okay, I love to say take life by the balls, because this life is a dick, you know what I'm saying? Like, take life by the balls. So whatever you wanted to do, you felt guided to do so. On Tuesday, you felt this creative drive or passion to learn something new, to continue with something you were already like starting on or working on. And they tried to really, by gossip or talking trash about you, they wanted to make themselves more important in your energy or in your life. So they tried to distract you, okay, on Tuesday. They tried to take the focus away from your issues and your dealings, and then putting themselves into the center, and it didn't work. Like, yes, you dropped it, but you also didn't fall for their games and their lies and their deceit. And the deceit and the games and the lies can also be their own unresolved insecurities, okay? Or unresolved trauma or issues of scarcity or overthinking, or like scarcity thinking, I feel like I want to say, and low self-worth. Clarify what else? Clarify the Wednesday and then Thursday, please, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They tried to, that's 17, that's the start. They tried to keep you from healing and getting what you wished for. They wanted to keep you from ascending. Ascending is a very big subject this full moon. Clarify what's the energy on, what the fuck is that for type of bug? What the fuck? That is one small ass bug. And I killed the shit out of him. So they come in really small and subtle. Yeah, small and subtle entities, intuitively. Okay, clarify. Yo. Ascension, bugs. People trying to bug your ascension. People trying to be bugging. People trying to bug you. People be bugging you while you're ascending. That's it. I'm gonna use it as a title. People be bugging you while you ascending. People love to bug you while you ascend. I'm gonna put that as a title. So I would like to get... Oh, that's why I felt like that the whole time. Always when something isn't in the right order, it disrupts my energy in a little way. It's fine if I say that on camera, because these people try everything in their power and might and nothing is working. So even if I say that, it's not gonna work. And that's the power of truth. You know what I mean? So clarify what's the card for Wednesday? Last Wednesday. What energy were we in? No, please let it fall out. We were being guided away from something dark that tried to keep us from resting. Clarify. Yeah, and try to inflict karma or pain upon us and on our intuition when it was unrighteous. Give me the card, please. Thank you. Wednesday. They got karma for something. Something immediately backfired on them. They tried to do something to you on Tuesday, and on Wednesday it already backfired. I will clarify this card in a second. Claire, give me Thursday, please. Oh, okay. This is the clarification. A second. They were like a second, really. So 11. What were they gossiping about? Yeah. So here, they're gossiping about the fact that you withstood temptation in some sort of way. These 3 cards clarify this card on Wednesday. Mercury, it's mental. It's a mental day, mental energy, facts, thoughts, illusions, trickster energy on Wednesday. So it's like Gemini energy, but it's air signs in general, honestly, because air signs are the biggest tricksters. So, and Leos. Yeah, and Taurus, biggest tricksters. And Pisces is also good at fucking lying. Anyway, Pisces is very manipulative and karmic sign. Pisces are very, very, very dark. So, 29, 24, and 9. So 29, 29 is an angel number. And ancestors are trying to help you from whatever this blockage was. They helped you. Because something is trying to distort my energy right now. Like, I feel it. And I think it's because I already did a reading on Instagram. So whatever is trying to block me from doing readings, they're now doing it again. The spell. So, yeah, it's chanting. I got a little spell for that too. So, you have Mercury. This is a gossip card. This is an elf and a fairy gossiping about what's happening or what's being told. And I want to clarify it more. I feel like I want to clarify it with tarot. But we have 29, 24, and 9. This is seduction. This is also, it feels like they're gossiping about the fact that they try to really seduce you and distract you from what you needed to do, like beating the drum at your own. How do you call it? This is exactly the juju that they do. Like, I ain't even lying, bro. Let me check something. Exactly. I'm fucking dumb. Marching to the beat of your own drum. These people want to keep you from doing things at your flow and speed. And they want to intervene, and they try to distract you from doing that, because when they distract you from doing that, you stay off of your divine path and you will not complete what you're here to do, okay? That's even if it's you being you, if it's you being funny, if it's you being a comedian, a painter, a writer, a videographer, I don't know, a skateboarder, somebody who likes to dive, somebody who does real estate, whatever you find your hobbies in, okay? Whatever these people are that are like eyeing on you in a bad way, they want to distract you from what you need to do by tempting you and seducing you mentally with problems and issues that are actually being created by them, so projections, okay? And they try to do that so you fall flat on your ass and you falsely believe that you need to take accountability for your own wrongdoings, when again it's them literally doing witchcraft on you or spell work or projecting on you, because gossiping is also witchcraft. It's manipulating the energy. The energy is the truth. It's manipulating the truth into a narrative that suits the gossipers, okay? So these people, it's 11, it's a new beginning. They talk trash about your new beginning, that something is actually working out for you, or that you're gonna create something new, or that you're gonna continue all by yourself, right? 12 is like a karmic number, but it also speaks about you being on the right path. 21, 21, 12, that's an angel number as well. So 21, 12 and 29, 29. That's crazy. And then we also have 11-11. So 21, 12, 11, 11, 29, 29. And these people, and then 19 on the bottom, they don't want you to understand that there's something new breaking into your life. There's something new coming in, and that you are also highly protected and guided. Because the moment they can come inside of your mind and your brain and let you adapt and change to a story that is true for them, like if they can manipulate you into thinking something else about the truth about your life or your protection or your like career, then you will slowly let go of your career, and you will slowly let go of what you think you like or what you know you like. You will slowly let go. Exactly, here, that's exactly how they try to manipulate it. They try to put in words in your mouth. They try to correct you in ways that are actually intentionally created to break you down. And when you break down, that's a net. And when you break down, you give up on what God has gifted you, okay? Or you give up on what the Most High has stalled for you, what they have ready for you, okay? These are people that are gossiping about you. It's really nasty energy. Like, it's really, and it's also really tiring. It's draining. It's like sluggish. It's like you've been sitting in the sun all day, you know, and then you haven't had any water or food, like parched. That's this energy, to the point that you have like a migraine or a headache, like a sunburn, but like how do you call it in Dutch? We call it zonnesteek. A sunstroke. This is the energy of a sunstroke, what I'm getting. Like somebody really wants to tire your brain out, your mind, your mental body out to the point with gossip and talking ill will, to the point where they affect all of your bodies and especially your physical one. Because then when they affect your physical one, you cannot realize certain ambitions. You cannot complete a certain project or test. You cannot finish your painting, or you cannot finish your music album, or you feel like you want to just watch TV and do dumb shit or relax. When that sense of relaxation is just these people having no will and strength to create the life that they imagine for themselves. And you have that. You can create the life you imagine for yourself, and you're also supported by it because of the divine. And these people try to be God in your life. This is a message that has been coming like this we've been reading this for 3 years right now. I feel like I want to say 3 to almost 4 years. So every person who is watching my YouTube account, you are probably also one of the people that tries to control me. That's the only thing that would make sense of why we are then reading this, you know? You trying to control me, and it's never going to work. And I keep letting you think it works by taking little breaks, but it's not working because you don't know what I'm working at on in the shadows. And they will never show you because we're like, they're gonna gouge your eyeballs out, okay? They are. And that's spiritually, metaphorically. So let's do some tarot. Let's grab a little card. Grab some cards. And even, I feel like I want to say, even when you know what's going on, we let these people, yeah, exactly. We let them play out their game. Like, we let them, I don't know how to say it. We let them expose themselves. Thank you, higher self. Because I is ego. Okay, y'all have no idea how in sync I am. I just act like I'm a beginner and like, oh, I'm new to this. I'm not new to this, bitch. I'm true to this. Clarified 11 on Wednesday. What's this card? Because this is the karmic energy. Yeah, it's people watching you online, watching what you're doing from afar, and having such a shitty opinion about it that they want to clog your mind so you ignore the direction you're taking. But why are they doing this? Clarify, what is the actual reason that they're doing this? What's the intention behind them doing that? What is the clear and pure intention behind them doing that? That they, you see, because whatever I'm talking about, that they gave up on what they wanted to do in their own life. Looking back at the past, and this also feels like these are people that you abandon, that you don't want to be friends with anymore, because Three of Cups is friendships, right? Parties, celebrations. These are people that you don't let into your life anymore. People that you don't text anymore, and you're like, hey, oh my god, I've had this new thing, do you want to enjoy it with me? Or I have this creative idea. Like, you don't let them in on your ideas anymore. You don't show the world anymore what you're working on, and that makes people very iffy. And it makes them very curious to the point where they feel entitled to just force themselves onto every outlet that you have, that they can still try and see a little bit of what you're doing, so they will feel less left out. So these are people that you actually left out and ignored and let go of, and you move to something more worthy for yourself, because Two of Cups, like, you have to cross a bridge to get there. So it took you a little while to change and transform into who you are right now. These people don't want to put in the work. They just look at everything that they've built in the past, that shitty character that they are, you know, being a gossiper, being a liar. They're like, yeah, I've literally worked my way up to the top with all these liars and assholes. And now I'm not going to be a goody two shoes now, because then I don't have anybody to work with anymore. Because it's all based off of lies and transactional stuff. What can you do for me? And what can I do for you? But I'm not going to give you anything. I'm not going to pay you money. It's going to be free. You know what I mean? It's just vriendjespolitiek. It's like doing stuff because you're like friends. How do you call it? It's like corruption. This is like corrupt shit, bro. I don't even give a fuck anymore. So these are people who you just don't include anymore in your life. And they feel so left out and ignored. Then clarify, please. What is this temptation? As a yeah. They gossip about the fact that you're really resisting going back to them. And that they are gossiping, saying like, yeah, I bet she wants to come back. He or she is tempted. And I swear, I feel like she or he, because I keep hearing a she, like the collective is a woman. You know, like this is happening to a woman. Like what I'm reading is happening to a female. Female woman. Like when you, like, whatever. If you identify as a woman, it's for you. You know? Like, these are people who are gossiping about the fact, exactly, Ten of Swords, exactly, yeah, give me one, thank you. Yeah, so they're gossiping about the fact that you're confused about what you want, and that's how they're trying to confuse you. They're saying that you're confused about what you want. Clarify 29. Yeah. That you've been acting and moving like really reckless, like you have no responsibility, so that must mean that you don't know what you want, and you're doubting to go back and forth between somebody from the past and somebody that you're with now, or somebody that you were in the past and somebody that you are now, like a different personality. And they want you to be confused. Six of Coins plus the Knight of Cups. Six of Cups plus Knight of Cups. You see, and that's why they turn it into Six of Coins. They turn it into something transactional. They'll say that they will gossip, because I'm getting like stuff now. Like I get literally conversations of people and I'm seeing their faces, and ooh, these bitches are gonna fall so hard. They're literally gonna fall, like physically. They're gonna get like, they're gonna scrape their face. So I'm not, yeah, exactly. Give them what they deserve. So these people literally say shit like, yeah, the collective wants to come back here. I can see that she feels lost and she doesn't know which way to go. She's acting really irresponsible. She doesn't know what she wants to do in the future. She doesn't know which path she wants to go on, and she's just acting very childish, but it's actually innocence, right? She's actually acting very childish and immature, and I feel like collective wants to come back because it's better over here and we can give her more, and everything that she's working on is not really giving her what she needs or what she wants, or it's not financially like sustaining her or giving her the wealth that she needs. But that, all that I was saying right now, that's projections, because all that energy, all those nasty words, those are all lies. Those are assumptions based off how they see that you're moving. Okay, and these people, they don't care about if it's an assumption or not, because they're short-sighted, they're immature, they're literally incompetent, they lack self-reflection, they lack self-knowledge. They cannot look at somebody and see that they're struggling because they're insecure about a father wound. No, they look at that person and be like, yeah, you're fucking an attention grabber, and I wish that and I knew that this person was acting like very aggressive and violently because they want to be seen and they want the stage, because that's wounded masculine energy. Right, so they misinterpret what they're reading, and then they force this narrative or sticker on it when it's actually centered in judgment and biases of their own shortcomings and their lack of knowledge, especially spiritual knowledge. Because cups, people always forget, cups is not only love, cups is also spirituality. It's also the mystical side of it, because that's the element of water. Spirit wanted me to say the element of surprise, because the element of water is the element of surprise, bitch. And people always want to say air is the element of surprise because it comes in swift, but that's not always true. Actually, it's not true at all, because water can trick you. Water, the trickster spirits are water spirits, okay? So these are also people that get tricked by energy around them. They're being tricked by the universe, and they're being used as a certain type of pawn in our lives. And I don't know, like, exactly what actually, why for? Why are they being used in our lives as a pawn? Exactly, because the divine wants you to stay on your own path. The divine wants you to be able to cut through the confusions that people force on you, because you're gonna go lengths where the projections will be heavier than now. That's what I keep getting. You're gonna step into a certain life path where, for an example, now you have 50 people projecting on you, and if this is already heavy, you will not be able to walk that destined path, because you're gonna have thousands of people projecting things onto you. You know what I mean? And if you can't withstand 50 people projecting onto you, you will never be able to stand up on that stage and still be who you are without being affected by them. That's what God is preparing you for. You're gonna go greater lengths than what you're going now. And if you can't stand and handle this energy right now, I told you, if you can't stand this energy right now, everything times 10 that you are meant to receive and what will be multiplied, you will not handle either. It will take you down. Exactly. Three of wands plus the 7 of coins. That's the 10 of wands. So it's gonna block your destiny, and it's gonna block your path. So the Most High is letting this happen, so to strengthen you up, to make you stronger. Clarify Thursday energy today. Wisdom. I'm gonna take that one. First time I take that. Okay, wisdom, exactly. And I keep saying exactly because I'm confirming what I'm reading, by the way. My higher self is confirming it through me. I know it's a little creepy and weird. So I'm trying to stop doing it. Jupiter day, expansion. You are aware of what has been happening the last 4 days. Okay? You are aware that something's being offered to you as a lesson. There is wisdom hidden in this experience. You see that they're both at the tree. It's literally on the other side. People seeing what you're doing, and on the other side, they're literally gossiping about you. So this is really two-faced people in your energy. Clarify Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What's to come? Thank you. Friday, they're going to try and distract you again. They're going to try and steal something from you. People are going to watch you. You're going to feel people in your energy, but mostly you're going to feel people like doing beauty stuff to you. You might wake up and feel like you look different. It's because people have been doing glamour magic on you, okay? So every Friday, they use Aphrodite and Venus to steal your beauty, okay? That's what I'm getting. And why they're doing this is because they don't want the people to know how healing and wise you actually are. You are the wisest of the land, I'm hearing. I'm hearing fairest and wisest of the land. They don't want you to understand how deeply connected you are to Mother Earth and to the heavens up above. You have sacred knowledge about yourself, about the world around you. You're deeply connected to Mother Nature and to the elemental spirits. I feel like I want to cry, so it makes you very emotional to think how much you love nature and earth and animals. That means you're very empathic. they don't want you to, they don't want the world to see how truly and deeply spiritual you are, and how much of a bridge you are from the spiritual world to the physical world, and how much knowledge and insight you actually have to share with the world, okay, about this truth. They don't want you to know all that, okay? They want the world to, they want for you to hide yourself. I wasn't gonna take this, but they want Friday, the energy that you're gonna experience. So tomorrow you're gonna feel like somebody or somebody has been in your energy to steal something from you, and that so they won't fall flat on their face and get exposed for who they are and what they're doing. No, clarify Saturday, please, and Sunday. Thank you. Yeah, so they're gonna do a wish. They're gonna try and do a manifestation spell to and make you go down a different route to go opposite side. They're gonna do a domination spell on Friday. Saturday they're gonna get it back. Like, it's gonna be return to sender times 10, and they will not be able to, they won't be able to just distract you anymore, to confuse you or to pull you off your path. There is something that broke. Whatever claws they kept into you or in your mind or your conscious or subconscious or an emotion, it's gone. It's gone. They will not be able to hurt you anymore or affect you in any type, shape, way, or form. Exactly. On Sunday, you'll be enlightened again. You'll be grounded in your intuition again. The sun is going to help you. So we really are children of the sun on this page, because Ra is the sun god. Amun-Ra. So he is really helping us here. All the gods of the sun, all sons, gods, all the sons of the gods, all the gods of the sun. Ooh, I like that. They're going to help you center and ground in your intuition and connect with your inner child again. You will get your wish, whatever you wished for, you're going to get it anyway. So that means, collective, you are learning from... Yeah, exactly. Let me see how... You are learning from these challenges. You are learning from the hardships that these people are putting you through, okay? You are becoming stronger and stronger each day. So that means that they will never be able to remove you off your path again, as they made you believe they could a few years ago, okay? You really believed the narrative that people that were coming for you were able to affect your life and your reality. This reading is confirmation. It's impossible. They can't and they won't. This is somebody, these people are very strong, high strung. They're very controlling. Their body is very blocked. It's stuck. Their body is stuck. And they're forcing... Wait, what that? They're forcing all this tension onto you by doing domination spells and doing witchcraft to wish that you just go off your path. It's not working anymore. Here, they can't keep you from balancing everything out. Excuse me. The challenge for the last few days of this week will be recognizing that every time you feel defensive or defensive energy in the air, it's because you are spiritually defending your territory, okay? It can be very challenging to not get swept away or off of your feet by these energies, making you believe you are literally going down on the wrong path. Like, whatever this is, it's really trying to make you corrupt. It's trying to, you know, it sounds really bad because I don't want to conjure that energy. But if I could give a disease and these people and your situation as a collective, or my situation as an example, the enemy that I'm portraying here is like the white blood cells in your body turning into cancer and then killing your own body. These people are like cancer, okay? They are literal cancer. And I feel it's very weird because you cannot say like, well, you cannot decide who is meant to be born or not, because clearly this is all part of a orchestra, like a plan, because God gave us the Most High gave us the Wheel of Fortune. When I asked why is this happening, it's destined, okay? So that means that these people, they are meant to be in this world. But it's such a difficult battle, and because it's really realistic, reality is really realistic, right? It can really make you believe that spirit is not there anymore. It can make you kind of forget that spirit is there. And it can make you really believe like, oh, there's only the physical reality and nothing else. So there's only me having to fight for what I want and nothing else. But even that is an illusion, because there is no fighting. It's only these people fighting you. You're protecting yourself. This fight feeling that you're experiencing is because of lack of spiritual foresight, because of all the spiritual conflict, and it's clouding your own third eye. And instead of then going inwards and feeling your gut, instead of trying to look out of your third eye, you give into the confusion and you're like, oh my God, no, they're blocking me, they're hurting me, they're keeping me stuck, I can't see anymore, my gifts are gone. Like, you really start to believe that these people were affecting you, but they weren't. That's part of the game. You believing that they were is part of playing the game and learning to understand that you never believed that they were doing this to you. Because it's all about belief. It's also about placebo. And they're just trying to hit it where it hurts so many times so that you believe that it's true. It's like torture. Like hitting you at the same spot multiple times a day to make you really believe that whatever they're doing to you is the reality of the situation, when it's actually in that moment you just have a disadvantage because you're the one that needs to learn about your strength. You need to be the one that learns about your durability. So if you don't know and don't tell yourself that you are capable of going through these things for a long time, that you're good at how do I say that? Yeah, what's the verb for it? Wait. How do I say that? Like, yeah, thank you, Archangel Michael. So, yeah, I know, it just took me a little while. So, the Most High wants to teach you through this that your spirit is very strong and durable, okay? Nothing can weaken it. But the less you start to believe that, the longer this is gonna happen. So the quicker you start to understand and learn, like, hey, they tried the destiny swap, but trying means they put all the intentions in the universe, but nothing got stolen, nothing got swapped, then the quicker you'll get out of the spiritual warfare of being in a destiny swap. Okay? The quicker you realize that people cannot steal your spiritual gifts with magic, okay? Because you cannot steal anything with magic. It is ordained to a certain soul. It stays there unless the soul itself gives it out of hand or gives it away, or actually they numb it, like they ignore their gift for so long that it kind of hides and goes into a how do you call it, a sleep stand, like it falls to sleep. Your gift just kind of dissipates within you. Nothing else can steal gifts from you. But if you're gonna say to yourself, yeah, I'm in spiritual warfare, people stole my gifts, then yeah, you're gonna give your gifts away. And then the spiritual warfare is gonna take just as long as you believe that it deserves for you, like it's a very difficult situation. And the challenge here is mostly, what are you going to listen to? Are you going to listen to what you feel on the inside, the protection and the guidance that you get from the divine, based off of the signs that you see around you? Or are you going to go off the narrative and listen to what the people that are attacking you are saying? Because the more that they spread that out into the universe, and the louder, the more you're going to condition yourself to believe it, and the quicker their intention works. That's the challenge for this week. Like, are you going to give into the, oh yeah, I'm still being, like, people are still doing witchcraft on me and blah blah. Like, are you going to give into that whole victim mindset and mentality, and people harassing me, blah blah? Like, no, okay, there's a fact. Yes, people do witchcraft on you, but is it actually stopping you right now? No. Did it in the past? Maybe, yes. Okay. But the past is the past. If you, for example, now can stretch your feet again, or your body, you don't have hair loss anymore, you know, you really are not sick anymore, physically sick. Because yes, sometimes witchcraft does fuck you up for a little bit. Sorry for my language. Sometimes witchcraft does have a physical effect on you, and things do take place. But that's also always with the lesson to learn how strong you are. And that it doesn't matter what people take, you can always get it back, because you're an infinite source. That's what the collective needs to learn, especially when you're divine. You cannot tell yourself or other people you're a divine feminine and divine masculine, but then be rooted in karmic beliefs. Oh, I'm a divine feminine and they've been stealing my energy, so I'm doing witchcraft on them back to get it back from them. Then you're not a divine feminine. You're karmic as fuck, and you will always be karmic until you literally step out of that whole, like, ways of thinking that that's how it works. Because it doesn't add up. You cannot say 4 + 4 is 18. It doesn't add up. Like, where the fuck is the number 10? Like, oh yeah, because I'm such a 10. Like, no, you are a 0. You first need to learn how to be 1. You know what I mean? So this challenge for this week is mostly believing that you're not being protected, and that whatever they're doing is working, because that's gonna make it work. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that out there. And that's what's going to affect your balance. Because now I get, why is balance on the bottom as a challenge? That is what's going to give you balance. A lack of balance and lack of accountability. Lack of ascension. And then they force it on you that it's your lack of accountability for being karmic. But you're not karmic. You have always been divine. You were just focusing on yourself, healing and resting. And these people were trying to distract you. Do you see the difference? Like, I need to be real honest with y'all, because I keep telling people. I also tell people in my own, like, surroundings, like, for other people to watch out, because look at them and look at me. You know what I mean? And that's not to be cocky, because there's a difference between being cocky and just being honest. Look at this beautiful, wise woman, and look at this little boy. It's literally an immature child feeling unheard and probably coming out of a broken home, that they feel the need to have the attention on them 24/7. And then you have Helena, goddess of wisdom. Like, not Helena as in she is the goddess of wisdom, but goddess of wisdom. Like, look at this maturity. She's not even calling in attention on herself. She's hiding in between the trees and the darkness, but the halo on her own hair, her head, you see the halo in her aura. What do you see when you look at these children? Oh, they're immature, they're playing in the woods, just nothing special. The trees are, by the way, all almost dead. It's throughout the dark. It's throughout the day, I mean, because they can't go out at night because they're children and they're scared of the dark. You can never become a wise man or woman if you're afraid of the dark, because in the darkness lies the wisdom. So there is this energy of, and 14 is also temperance, by the way. And 31 with major arcana is 21. It's the world. And 10, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, because you could also see it as judgment, 20, and then karma, justice. Because they first wanted to show me justice. So 31 is 11 and 20. 20 is judgment, judging their balance, judging their ways of life, okay? Judging righteously or unrighteously what is true or what is not. Look at the difference. They want to swap places with you, and that's why they do these things, to make you believe that you are this and not this. But you are this collective and they are this. Yeah, because I keep looking back and thinking about these people in my community, or well, it's not my community, honestly. It's like a collective in Amsterdam, certain types of collectives of the same people. They all have different names, and they have like different types of endeavors, but they come together and they keep everything for themselves, and they steal people's energy to make themselves look more luscious, like they have a big aura and they're spiritually like guided and divine. But when you go into the physical world and you look at them physically, they do not shine at all. They're blending in with the furniture. And when I go out there, all eyes are on me, even if I want it or not. It's because of the light from within me, inside of my soul, inside of my inner child. And that's the light that they try to steal, but you can't. Because it's a part of me. And if you want that light to go out, you have to physically unalive somebody. And these people are not going to do that. And if they are, then they got so much more to worry about than thinking that it's going to work. Okay? Because these are, for example, also domestic violence relationships, or gang stalking, or obsessive friend or lover. Okay? So it's a very collective reading, and you need to discern for yourself what is this about, you know? Because it comes in different shapes and sizes and forms and anything. Okay? Clarify the angels. Thank you, Castiel, for being on the bottom. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Thanks, Anelgo. Clarify, angels. What is the last 2 messages that you have about this week's that we need? Gabriel, thank you. Could you please let the cards fall out? Look at how my hand was holding it. My finger. Thank you. Okay. Wow. Thank you, Mikael, for confirming your presence in this reading. I'm all the way up. And you know what I also saw? What angel number? 5115. So we got a lot of angel numbers over here in this reading. Let me write down. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. 2112, 1111, 5115, 2929. I forgot the title already. You know when I said like, oh, I have a title in my mind for this reading. Yeah, when you're live filming, like when you're filming right now, I can't go back into the end of the video. This is an angel who's strongly associated with water and all that water symbolizes. Wow, for a Pisces full moon, that's crazy. Healing, flowing, and freely giving. He supports positive change through challenging experiences. So you are asked to take a risk with your heart and be generous at this time, and you will be protected and rewarded for your offering. Challenge, giving without expectation of, Challenge, giving without expectation of return. So this means there are also people in my collective that can't read. How are you illiterate, bro? It's 2026. Start reading English and Dutch books, please. Start reading, collective. Challenge, giving without expectations of return. Lesson, life is a constant flow of possibilities. So this is exactly what they try to make you not believe. They want you to think and believe that everything has to be a transaction. Everything has to be an equal give and take. But that's karmic. Because it means that you are not selfless. You are selfish. You give because you get back, not because you want to give. That's exactly the type of people that these people are. And they want you to turn into the same type of person. So they will feel less bad about themselves. Okay, so they don't have to look into the mirror every day and think, I'm a shitty person, the world hates me. Because yes, the world does hate you. Because you're grumpy and your heart is bitter and it's filled with resentment and hatred towards innocent people and people who are genuinely happy and finding happiness in the smallest things in their life and surroundings, just to keep it going every day. And what do? You're a hater. You're such a hater. Like, honestly, sometimes... No, I can't talk about that. This is not an interview or a podcast like that. So let me just continue. Gabriel. God is my strength. This card is saying listen and watch out for messages. This is what I was talking about with the subtle signs. Are you going to listen to the spiritual and the divine guidance you get with the subtle signs? Or are you going to listen to the confusion of your aggressors? This card is saying listen and watch out for messages. There is something specifically for you on its way. That something special you have longed for may materialize. Give attention to your dreams, those of day and night. Reflection, challenge, act on what you hear. Lesson, if it feels wrong, it probably is wrong. So if you feel defensive energy and feel like that's not you, it's somebody else coming in your energy being defensive about something that you did or posted or said, it's because they are. It's not you thinking that you are wrong or that you shouldn't have posted it or put it out there or spoke on it or didn't have to make it. No. These people are angry because you're speaking truth and they want to shut you up. They're defensive because they look at you and they compare themselves to you. They measure themselves to you. It's sick. It's really sick. I've never been like this. I remember that when I was young, yes, I've been jealous, but I remember telling people. If I was jealous, I would tell them. And then after that, after I said to them literally, after I literally admitted that I was jealous, the jealousy was gone. And then they would always be like, because that's what I really liked about learning and growing and being honest. Like, what you create in your mind is never how it actually is in real life. Like, when I was young, people would always be like, yeah, jealousy, like, it is a sick emotion, it's fucked up, and they would always want me to keep my emotions to myself, even if I wanted to just be honest about them, right? But they just wanted to do that, so I would just implode and become very sick as a child, you know, and unbothered and aggressive and angry. And I would just always tell people and be like, no, you know what, I'm jealous about this. And I would have friends and people would be like, wait, why are you jealous? You can also get this. And I'd be like, wait, would you let me? You know, because that jealousy was, that was created in me as well. And I would always be like, wait, what do you mean I can also have that? And I would always have friends and people around me who would be like, you don't have to be jealous because we can share this. You can also be a part of this win or this blessing. And that would really change how I would look at myself and the world, right? Because it was because of other people who would then say, for example, ooh, if I wanted to play with a toy, and they would be like, no, it's only mine. You're jealous, huh? That's how you induce that into a kid. That's how you condition somebody to think that they are. Okay? Now, following me? So, when I was younger, yeah, there were things that I would be angry or upset about, or that I would really want for myself and I would never give. But it was because it was a reaction of what was being pushed down my throat and forced upon me by the children or the adults around me. Because later on I realized I don't have to be like that. I don't have to feel jealousy or envy, or I don't have to feel weird. I can just talk to them and talk about it and talk about what I feel. And then every time I talked about it, it went well. Well, most of the time. But that what didn't went well, that was then another eye-opener that I wasn't the problem, but these people weren't that receptive as if they portrayed themselves to be. You know what I mean? So there's always a lesson behind it. Fixer of faults. This angel bestows victory to the vulnerable. We see in this card the saying that where there is a will, there is a way. This angel particularly brings attention to relationships, helping us fix faults, our own and those of others, and fix harmony. If there's a situation that's broken, this card in a future position assures us that it will find a solution. Challenge, to let go of control even if it leaves you feeling vulnerable. Lesson, there is a power that protects those who truly love. This is for the karmic. This is for the people on my channel that don't want me to post my readings. This is for the people that watch my channel with two-faced, that are two-faced and that hate on me. This is for you. Let go of control, even if it leaves you feeling vulnerable. Accept that you are a control freak and that you do this because you lack control of your own emotions. of your own plans, your own life. You feel like you are out of control. I'm literally feeling it. Like you have so much control issues that you eat your issues away. If you don't have control about something, you eat it away. Because now I'm getting hungry, you know? Like hungry about calling you out. And I heard a siren in the back, so that was confirmation. So there's a power that protects those who truly love. When you accept that you are vulnerable, when you accept that vulnerability, and in the beginning you don't understand that that's vulnerability, but letting go of control issues, even if it feels you leaving vulnerable, that feeling that you don't want to feel, that's vulnerability. It's being sensitive. It's being open to judgment, biases, hurt, conditioned thinking, assumptions, you know. And if you would just let yourself sit in that uncomfortable emotion for like 5 to 15 minutes, you're going to realize it's not that weird at all. And the beauty and the trick is also to extend feeling like that. So the more awkward you feel with being vulnerable, the longer you need to force yourself to feel it. Because if you want to push control on anything out there in this world, it should be you yourself. You should push control out on yourself. You should be able to control yourself and force this shit down your own throat instead of other people, because you are afraid to control yourself. Because it also comes with a fear, you know. And I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna be a real thing. What I'm gonna mention to you now, and people are not gonna like it. The fear of you not being able to control yourself is because you're afraid to look inwards and be faced with the truth that you are worthless. You don't want to admit that you are worthless because you think that there is nothing after that anymore. You think that, oh, okay, you just get stamped with worthless and you're a piece of shit and that's it. But that's not true, because there is change. You can be worthless, yes, but you can change. You don't have to stay worthless. You can become worthy of something. And the beauty of this all in the beginning is even you are already worthy. Right? But our own minds and the things that we go through tell us that we are worthless, but we aren't. Okay? You aren't nobody's worthless. Everybody is worthy. And yeah, I know you're hungry, but I'm not gonna let you eat now because that energy is forced upon you. I ain't gonna accept that shit. I ain't gonna accept that shit. And you letting yourself be vulnerable and letting yourself feel all those awkward things, and then coming to find out that, yeah, you have been a very bad person. You have been wrong, hateful, spiteful. You have been bringing chaos everywhere. You've been mean to people. You don't deserve love right now from others. You don't deserve a healthy relationship because you're unhealthy. First, you have to admit that you all had those bad qualities, and then you wipe the slate clean and be like, okay, I admitted it. I faced the biggest monster, and the monster was me, myself, that you were afraid to face. You have to face the biggest monster inside of you, and then you're going to accept yourself. You're going to be like, okay, wait, you know what? I'm actually okay. Like, I kind of feel relief now that I accepted these parts of myself, because there is change. I can change after this. I can be a different person. I don't have to stay the monster that I am, because now I am wise enough to understand that I can reshape myself. I don't have to be like unworthy of love. I don't have to be spiteful. I can be kind, because when you realize that you force yourself to believe that you were all these bad things, you're going to also realize, like, wait, you're going to feel resistance. You're going to be like, wait, I'm actually not hateful. People forced me to hate on things because I've been through very mean situations, and I've met a lot of painful people that really were mean to me and were hating on me, like with the intention to break me down. And it was contagious, and now I've been doing that to others. The moment you start to realize that there's resistance, that's the hopeful part. Because that means that you are not all bad. Okay? You're not all that bad. You're not all that evil. You just needed to accept that you're evil to understand that you don't have to be evil. And then, when you realize you don't have to be evil, you will accept that you can become better. You can become a good person. You can change. Because everybody can change. It just takes a little bit longer, or it's more difficult for other people than others. But you can always change. You can always become a good person. You can be kind and nice and sweet and worthy of love and a healthy relationship or a healthy friend group. But first, you're going to have to admit to all of these things and admit that to yourself. That's vulnerability as well. Going through that whole phase. Michael, protective power. His name means he who is like God. Know that with this card that the sword of justice presides over any decision made at this time. Do the right thing and you will prevail. All that you do, if done with clarity and an open heart, and an open heart also means vulnerability, by the way. All that you do, if done with clarity and an open heart, will be weighed in your favor. Challenge, face your fears. Lesson, you will never be tested more than your own strength. So, like I said in the beginning, we're also being tested by the divine by this to realize how strong we actually are and how much we actually can endure. Even if it literally spawned out of the depths from hell, or you're facing the devil himself, you are meant to realize that you can overcome him. You are bigger than the devil. You know what I mean? You are, I don't know, more wise than him or smarter. I feel like I want to say smarty pants. So yeah, that was this reading for this week. Thank you for watching. I hope it was helpful. And if it was not, then then fuck off. Because I'm kind of being, I'm just done with being all this understanding. I don't understand hatred anymore like that. Yeah. Exactly. They gave me the... Now I'm going to find the card again. When I said I'm done with being understanding, they showed me this card. So no, I'm not done with being understanding. But I am done with giving these people who lack understanding my energy. Okay? I really don't understand why you would engage into a person, situation, or place, or a relationship, or a hobby, or a network, anything that we humans can focus on. I don't understand how you can focus on that when your intentions aren't pure. I've never been like that. When you don't genuinely want to focus on a person, a place, or a thing because you like something, because you care for them, I just don't. I don't have it in me. I don't understand it, and I don't think I will. I'm gonna try, but like in the end, I do know this is part of life, right? This is part of the game, the spiritual game. But for now, the people that are playing this game or forcing us to play this game, apart from the divine, letting us learn from the game, the people themselves, most of y'all are really spiritually sick, and that I understand. And therefore, I'm just trying to give you all the tips, the ideas, and resolutions on how to get out of that sickness and into health and into improvement. I'm doing this to help you and not to point out how bad you have it. That will come up, yes. But it's not with an intention just to show off. That's what you create in your own mind because you're insecure again, because there's something wrong with you. And not with me. Yeah, you're really tense. You don't even breathe. Good night, everybody.